So today's project is putting a lean-to on the side of the building that we had moved over here. Let me show you how we laid this thing out. So what I did is I measured out 12 feet. I went a little long out here, but this is gonna be my corner post right here. And then every 10 feet is another post. So what I'll end up with when I'm done is 6 bays that are 10 feet wide. But what I did is I took a black Sharpie and I put a black Sharpie mark on each one of the strings. Right there. That signifies exactly where that post is, okay? That's gonna be the center of my 6x6 post, all right? So I already pulled this stake up. I set a 6x6 post down on the ground and I spray painted around it. Then you grab this string, pull the string out of the way and stake it back here so that you can dig over there. So once I'm done digging, I'll set the post in that hole and I'll put the string back and I'll true it up with that string. So I'm gonna go down here and pull up every one of these stakes, set my 6x6 post centered on that black mark and spray paint it. I'll pull the black string out all the way around and then I'll auger 7 holes 3 feet in the ground. So you see I've got that one painted. That one's painted. Come down here, you pull the stake up, center the black mark on your post, set your post to where it's just touching the string, and then spray paint around it. That way when you set your string back up, all of your posts will be exactly in a row. When you're done, it'll look like this. There's no guesswork, just set your auger right in the center of that square, auger it down. You see my line is on the left side of every one. And when I plant my post, it'll be right in line with the building and I'll be able to just set the trusses right on top of it. So the trusses are all stacked up, but they're, like I said, they're 12 feet long. This end right here is going to mount directly to the building. And then 12 feet down, a 6x6 is going to fit in this corner notch right here. When you're done digging the holes, it looks like this. So I got 12-inch wide holes, 3 feet deep. And if you didn't see the video of me using the 3-point hitch auger, I'll leave a link to it at the end of this video because that's a totally separate video and I didn't want to duplicate that. We just got to clean these holes out, get a little bit of the loose dirt out, and then we'll set these posts. Posts are all set. I didn't video me putting the posts in the hole. It was just nothing more than standing them up in the hole. Mixed the concrete, dropped it down in the hole, filled the hole about 3/4 of the way up with concrete, and then filled it the rest of the way, the dirt, compacted it. You see how the string is true, and then all the way down. So just get your post straight all the way. Now what I got to do is come in, cut them all off to length because they're all about 2 feet too tall. So I got to cut them all to length. Then I'll take the truss and that row of screws right there, the top screws will come out. I'll have to put a ledger board or something to fill that up because you see this is sticking out about 1 inch. So I'll have to remove that screw and then put a put a board right there and then 3-bolt it. Because if I don't, I just put the lean-to up here, it'll crush that and crush that. So now all I gotta do is cut these off and get to setting the trusses. I had to cut dados in the 4x4 post to go around the ridges on the metal. And I just cut those out with my circular saw. I just kept making pass after pass after pass, and then just chipped out the pieces of metal. And then the studs, I ran the studs from the inside of the building out, and then the truss will just hang on that. The bottom of this 4x4 is even with the top of that 6x6. So the bottom of the truss right there is the same height as that right there, as the top of the post. So the bottom of the 4x4, same height as the top of the post. Those two holes will line up with those two studs. And that ledger board is 21.5 inches long, which is the exact same length as that 1/8 inch piece of flat stock metal right there. So they'll mirror up correct. And on the inside of the building, the two studs that I ran through the building are in my building joist. So every other joist, the bolts run through the building stud and are holding up my ledger board. So all of my posts are cut to height now, and I've got my ledger boards mounted on the side of the building. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the crane to set the trusses up on the post. If you didn't see the video of me using the crane, I'll link it to the back of this video, like I'm gonna link the post hole digger as well. But so we're gonna set these trusses up on these posts and bolt them in. You can see now, you're gonna wind up with 6 10-foot wide bays. You see how the bolts went right through the truss, and the lag bolts just screwed into the post on this end of the truss. So because of COVID, I'm not able to get the purlins which I need, which are 2x6x10s. All of the hardware stores are out of pressure treated lumber and lumber in general, because everybody is, during this epidemic, has decided that they wanted to get all their honeydews done and build their projects and their decks and their swimming pools and stuff. So right now I need 48 2x6x10s, and they're hard to come by. So what I'm going to end up doing is just waiting until I can get those. When I get those, we'll come back and revisit this. I'll put those 2x6x10 purlins in, and then put the metal on there and show you the completed project. So thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day.